Okay, you may be seated. So we're very privileged to have with us two special people, Daniel and Galit. They do a lot of different things. The main thing they do is they help throughout their work young people who've made Aliyah, right? Particularly, you'll hear more about it. We know young people, we have them in our congregation, right? People made Aliyah and straight into the army, straight into Tzahal, and they're really alone, right? They have no relatives there, and so it's a very complicated thing to make that adjustment. And if it wasn't for the type of work that Daniel and Galit do, many of them, they wouldn't succeed, and they'd kind of give up on it because they're not connecting, they don't have mishpachot, they don't have families. So that's a very important work that they do. Daniel is also, has an MBA in business management, and on the side he does a little bit of accounting. So when he gets involved with organizations, he not only helps organize them in terms of the work they do, he helps them not fall apart financially, which volunteer organizations tend to do, because they know how to spend money, but they don't know how to raise it, and they don't know how to spend it wisely. So he gives his professionalism as a CPA to making sure that these organizations that he's so involved in and Galit involved in are able to succeed in their work, and succeed not only in the work, but also to keep their books balanced and their finances in order so they continue their work. So I think, Daniel, you're going to be first, and Galit, you're going to be second? Wonderful. Okay, please join us.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you very much for inviting us, and we are very honored to be here with you today. My name is Daniel Aharon. We came from Israel with Galit, and I will tell you shortly about our organization called Ach Gadol. Ach, brother, Gadol, big, just like in a family. Someone you can rely on, someone you can trust, someone you can advise, someone you can speak with, someone who can listen to you and understand truly what you are going through. So this is the idea of Ach Gadol. When a lost soldier comes into the system of the IDF, of the army, of Israel, of living in Israel, he has a lot of challenges, cultural gaps, many things that he doesn't understand. He misses home, he don't know how to speak, who to speak with, how to speak with them, how to solve these problems. That's why we match each lone soldier, one big sib, one big brother or big sister. We have 500 volunteers, which all of them excellent soldiers, who already been through this process, and they like mentors. I've been through what you are going through, so I can explain you how to go through this path that I went through by myself. So we have 500 volunteers like that. Each of them takes under his wings 2 or 3 soldiers throughout all the service. And that's how they help them personally. So the soldiers know they have this one person they can rely on, who truly understand, will not judge them, will not pity them, and will understand them deeply, so that they can get an advice, they can share successes, they can share painful feelings, they will have someone who will listen. It's so important that we will have someone that truly listens to us, right? Someone that will bring a cake to my birthday, little one, with 1 candle. Simple things that we do inside our own families. But these lone soldiers, their families are away, and that's where we enter into this gap. And we guide through this unique model 1,500 lone soldiers every year, and basically this is what we do. But there are lone soldiers who are not only from abroad. Half of the lone soldiers in Israel are born and raised in Israel. They just came from broken families or ultra-Orthodox families that don't want their children to go to the army, and if they do so, they just cut them off the family. So in this case, the family is like 20 kilometers away, but we are like 10,000 kilometers away in the real life. So this is about Ach Gadol, but today we have a true hero. You will hear her story, Galit, and she will tell you the story of the 7th of October from a point of view of a lone soldier. How do lone soldiers cope with this year? Because it's not you just lone soldier, you're also a lone soldier in a war. So Galit, please.
Hello, my name is Galit. I am 21 years old. I finished the army 2 weeks ago. Thank you very much. Today I'm here, and I want to tell you about the challenging that we went through this year. So I was in the army in a special unit, in the border police unit. I was the only woman in my unit. In my unit, I was a warrior and a medic combat. It means that I was in charge on the health in any situation of my friends. My job demanded me to be able to work under stress and to do my job no matter what the circumstances are. And even if I am not in the excellent position, I need to be the best because my friends are depending on me. So the 7th of October came, and I finished my trainings just 2 months before. Six and a half in the morning, I hear my commander repeating the orders he got on the phone. I took my rifle and pistol with me, and we jumped on the car, and we started heading south. We didn't know what is going on over there, or to where we are headed. We just know we need to be there as fast as possible. First, we got to the city Sderot. The city Sderot is located 4 kilometers from Gaza, and it's home for 22,000 people. The terrorists wanted to hit Israelis' symbols, so they went to the police station in Sderot. They got inside the police station and they did their terrible stuff. There were lots of wounded soldiers, and I was the medic officer. My job was to make sure they will get to the hospital alive. We had only one ambulance, and we were able to evacuate everyone. But I want to tell you a moment about how I felt. In the moment that I was able to put everyone on the vehicle and get them out of there, all the wounded person. It was my first time I saw someone wounded. I went to the side when no one looked at me, and I puked. All the terrific scene, the change between the quietness and the laughing between friends, that went to be a terror disaster, was so hard on me. And this day is just starting. We continued to the settlement near Ram. The settlement near Ram, located 500 meters from there, from the city Sderot. The hero locals were defending the gate of the settlement. But the real heroes was 8 Golani soldiers in an armored vehicle. The terrorists threw a grenade inside the vehicle. one of his friends jumped on the grenade and saved all his friends. Now they were wounded inside the vehicle and needed help as fast as possible, so they will continue to live another day. We got there, my unit, me especially. In a complete operation, we were able to get them out. They were shouting from pain and totally wounded, losing blood in every minute and minute. And we got them out of there, to the hospital. From there, we continued to the settlement Kisufim, which located 2 kilometers from Gaza. Over there, the civilians were hiding in their houses, guarding the doors, afraid that in the next minute someone else will come to their house and their life will be over. We got there on time. We moved every house and evacuated the people to a safer place. This was a moment of relief. I saw someone got to me and said to me, "Thank you, you are a hero." And between all the terror, it was a moment of relief. From there, we continued to the settlement Be'eri. As we got to near the entrance, we heard gunfire. As the warriors, our instincts is to run to the fire, no matter what the things are. We wanted to protect the civilians that they are. During our run, we got attacked from another building. We got surprised. My friends were hurted in their legs and in other places. And I got shrapnels to my eyes. And the only thing that I can think about, that these friends who are wounded, they are my family. I have no other family. And if they will not make the day, my family will be broken. So there, I heard also my commander. He called his wife and he told her, "I love you. Tell the children I love them." And his commander was like my father. Each time when I was released home, he made sure I'm having where to sleep and having food to eat. And he loses hope that we will make it out. Suddenly, from another side, like God's wish, there was a vehicle who were passing through. I ran towards it. And I persuaded them to come with me. Of course, they didn't want it. Told me, "I have another mission." But finally, they agreed. They came with me. We were able to help my friends, my dear friends. We got them on the vehicle, and they were able to get out. But the censor and the shouting of them, and all the terror, it's so hard to forget. I so want to. When I got out, from there, we got to get some water, food before I felt at the end I'm going to faint out. We get to bring some ammunition, and we stayed over there for over than 2 months without being home. My eyes after this day was very hurting, and I got treated just a week after. When I got to the hospital, I was totally alone, and I was afraid that the doctors, who I don't know who is it, will hurt me more, that I'm already hurting. And there, after a complicated surgery, 3 another doctors were able to get the sprinkles out. Thanks God. All this stuff that you go through in the army, if they are hard physically, they are hard mentally. And you have to need someone that when you go home from a long time, will tell you, I love you no matter what. I've been in your situation, and I will help you to go through it. After this day, my dream is to become a doctor, become a giver in multiple ways. I want to be a doctor and save life. I want to be a trauma surgeon. Maybe one day. I'm starting to learn in the university in 2 months. But in the immediate time, I'm gonna be a giver here in this organization that I think as a lone soldier is the best one. It gives the precise help that the soldier needs. When a soldier who's been through it helps another soldier who knows that the hard work, this is the exact thing that should be, that needs to happen. Also, I want to tell you that I'm having a boyfriend who is soon gonna get married. He is also a lone soldier, and he came from an Orthodox family who didn't agree for him to go to the army. And now I have a little request from you. I want you to help us, to help soldiers. Each volunteer is also a student and also a lone soldier who need to face work, finding an apartment, and still learn the university. In the same time, we want him to give the best support to the soldier. And it starts from having a lunch together and some pizza, feeling that all good around and no tourists are running around. Or if the soldier needs a sports shoes, he will just buy to him and bring him. But this volunteer needs our help. He needs our help to help this lone soldier, who we can make him smile a little bit more. I thank you all for listening and making the time for us. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. I was listening to you, and every time you said something which was more impressive than the other, I say, now I know how to react. So my first reaction is, your boyfriend is very lucky. I'm sure you will build an amazing household, an amazing home in Israel. And our commitment, obviously, we will adopt an Ach Gadol for sure, or maybe more. I don't know the numbers, which I do know that's from our gift to your Chatuna will be adopting soldiers. Whatever I will say will look completely empty, because what October 7 means to you is completely, maybe to them, they have grandkids there. grandkids there. They serve in the army too. So we understand. We didn't go through hell like you did. A lot of us didn't have a good sleeps in them, but the body is your body. And the one who risked the life is you. And to say that we are thankful, it's an understatement. What we can assure you is that you really are not alone. You really are not alone. And even it sounds like words. You know, I was thinking something the other day that October 7th can be defined in many ways, but it was a huge pogrom. But you are 21. I don't know where your family is from, but I grew up knowing that a pogrom usually lasts more than a day, a week, a month. And a pogrom is a pogrom. After the pogrom, the Jews need to bow down. And this pogrom lasted a couple of hours, and we hit back. You hit back. And this was new in Jewish history. Never in the past. They gave us. They say, thank you, sir, thank you, thank you, thank you. And we moved to another shtetl. But we didn't move any place because of people like you. So may you be blessed for the holy work that you do. And the best way to show, where is Jill? Jill is there. Help us. Well, after Shabbat, you do the queue, whatever, and we will ensure that we can adopt soldiers. So they have a cape with one candle, they have the shoes, but something even deeper. The commitment that you will never need to go to what you go alone. Thank you.